I'm just super crazy passionate about this message. As I posted today on Instagram and Facebook, I would do this for free. And so in fact, I am doing it for free. That is how crazy passionate I am about all of this. So before we jump into the content, if you want this checklist, if you want more of this, if this is like speaking your language for you weirdo freak intuitive types, which I'm about to get into, come join us over in the squad. It is jessicabutts.com/squad. That is as simple as it can get. We are joining and bringing all the new people in today, and I cannot wait to have you. So let's jump into some content. This is one of my favorite times of year. I'm also a huge fan of New Year's. I'm not gonna lie, I do like my birthday month, which is in July, because it's just beautiful and fun. And I get a lot of presents. But I also love this time of year because it is time to kind of wrap up the year and start a new year. And I believe this is a Dr. Philism, but the best predictor of future performance is past performance. And so one of the biggest tools that I have learned over the last couple of years is primarily taking a look at our past. And the way that we do that, my friends, is we reread our journal. So it was important for me today to literally like recreate my environment for you guys. So this is what I'm going to be doing on Monday. I am going to get my cozy blanket. I'm going to get my tea. I'm going to light some candles. I'm going to get all of my journals out. And I am going to be doing exactly what I'm going to be asking you today, because I know that this tool, these things that I'm going to teach you in your year in review, is the best predictor of your future performance. So how many of you want to go into 2020 kicking some serious ass? Me. I want to go into a new decade. I am ready. I am clear, but clarity only comes from looking at the past. So let's jump into your checklist. Number one is schedule a time to do this. My suggestion is, if you have not already done it, it needs to be from now until the end of the year. So depending on how nerdy you are like I am, I'm a real nerd. I do a journal a quarter. So I typically have about 3.5 of these, my own journal, because I'm obsessed with my journal. By the way, if you want to go get it, it's on my website. I love my journal for a number of reasons. One is it speaks, I'm not going to go there yet. So put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. Mine is going to be Monday, and I highly recommend, and I know this is hard. I know this is hard for people who have businesses, who've got kiddos, who have a super busy life, especially around the holidays. But even if it's a half a day, close out the world and do what I'm doing. So get up as early as you can, get some tea. Some of you, I'm not gonna lie, you might need to go to a hotel to do this. I know a lot of people in the Front Seat Life world and Front Seat Squad they go away. Stephanie, my assistant who's watching right now, she's going to Cabo. I mean, I love it. She's taking a solo trip and she's gonna go away. I have gone to Salish Lodge here in the Seattle area before. This year, I'm going to primarily be doing it here in my house, and I'm going to take an entire day to close out the world, turn my phone off, and reread my journal. So that's number one, is schedule it. Check it off your list. Give yourself a date. If you get into the Front Seat Squad, let us know what that date is. What's the date that you chose to do your year in review? So that's number one. Number two, people, get out your journals. Okay, there's some of you who are new to me, so you might be like, oh shit, I don't even journal. Okay, step one. If you're not journaling, it's time to start journaling for a number of reasons. One, as I like to call it, externalizing the crazy. How many of you are spinners? That's what I call it. So as intuitives, actually all of us do this. We spin. We kind of get out of our heads and we really start going up into this ethereal world, and we spin and we worry and we catastrophize and all the things that are going to happen. I find journaling as a grounding exercise. It takes me back to in the moment what is actually happening. So there's a lot of spinning, a lot of worrying, a lot of catastrophizing, a lot of all of these kinds of things. And journaling can take you down into the moment. And so whatever your journal is, this is not a promotion of my journal, although it's totally awesome. I really believe that, specifically for intuitive types. So a lot of what's in here is a reminder of your core values. A reminder of your theme words, which we're going to get to. There's blank open pages for you intuitive types like me to dream and to draw and to write big things. I just wrote the other day the new cover of my book. In fact, I'll even show you. I mean, I drew it out to show my web designer about how I want that to look, and I need blank pages to be able to do that. There's a description of your front seat and your back seat as a reminder, your love languages, your gratitudes, notes, goal card section I put right in here. And this is, I just want to be really honest with you guys. Like, this is not a sales pitch. I'm doing all this shit for free. I mean, because I really want people to understand this, is because I grew up, as many of you have, thinking there was something wrong with you. So recently I just got a new planner. It was a mistake. I took a suggestion from a censor and I didn't realize that person was a censor. And I'll be honest, it was Amy Porterfield. I always thought she was an intuitive, but she's a censor. And God bless this person. He's a wonderful human being, but he is not an intuitive. I got the Michael Hyatt planner. And it was one of those moments, and now I know this about myself, but it was one of those moments where I remember being that kid and being that, it was a flashback, a trigger, if you will, to remind me of how it feels to feel stupid and to feel like I don't get this or I don't fit in. So I got that planner thinking it was more for intuitives, and it is not. It is very, very detailed. If you're a sensor that happens to be watching, you might love it. For the rest of us intuitives, that is not how our brain works. I cannot stress this enough, and that's actually what makes me tear up, is that we go through life feeling like there's something wrong with us. Why can't we sit down and write this minutia? I mean, I remember getting that thing and like going, whoa, like, get off of me. It's like I needed to spread my wings. I needed to flap. I needed to like go fly away, because that is not how intuitive brains work. We think up here. I just did, yesterday, I did all of my, I have a lady boss group and we have masterminds in that group. And so I coached them for each group 90 minutes yesterday. And a big part of the conversation in all of the groups was a reminder that our brains are up here. We are big picture thinkers. We are not these minutia thinkers. And that is part of what makes us feel crazy out in the Muggle world, is that we don't process information. We don't think that way. We don't do our year in review that way. We don't plan for the new year that way. We are not Peter Ducker's way of SMART goals. Like, that shit does not work for us. Yet, in the Muggle world, 75% of the population are sensors. And so we intuitives, again, this is where the tears come in, is we go out in the world and we think this is how we're supposed to be, right? Supposed to be. And we're not. We are 25% of the population, and we just do things differently. We journal different. We process different. We plan different. We do things very differently than 75% of the population, which again makes us feel different and weird until we realize we are different and weird, but in a whole bunch of awesome ways. So what's fascinating to me is that I find so many intuitives are oppressed. I'm using like a thumb pushing down, oppressed or suppressed because, well, and I was too, because we don't know any different. And that is why I'm so freaking passionate about sharing this message specifically with intuitive types. It doesn't mean I don't love sensors. I've got a bunch of clients that are sensors. I love them. I respect the shit out of you guys. And we intuitives need a different way. We need a safe place. We need to understand that we are different, and that is not only okay, it's actually pretty fucking awesome because we are different than 75% of the population. So if you happen to be a CEO, if you happen to be a small business owner, if you happen to be starting your own business, a pre-entrepreneur thinking you're going to start your own business, whatever it is in your life, we need to understand that we're different. And so whether that is in your marriage, your relationship, where you work, any of the things, understanding that we do not make lists like other people, we don't journal like other people, we don't year-end review like other people, we don't buy Michael Hyatt planners. Sorry, Michael Hyatt, but you get 75% of the population, us 25%. I'm only looking for the 25% that really process things differently. So that was number 2, is to reread your journals. And I got off on a little tangent because obviously I'm crazy passionate about this. But that's number 2, is to get out your journals and start from the beginning and start reading. So here's the deal. This is going to trigger a lot of stuff. It's going to trigger a lot of memories, good or bad. It's going to make you feel proud. It's going to make you question your sanity. It's going to make you realize, oh my God, there are still places in my life that I am still stuck. It's going to piss you off. It's going to make you proud. It's going to, the whole gamut. Like you could probably come up with 20 different emotions you're going to have. And it is the best tool. I seriously believe this. It is the best tool that you can do this time of year to set yourself up for some serious kick-ass success in a new year. So we're going into a new decade, 2020, and sitting down and taking this time and being thoughtful, turning off your phone, going to a hotel, going to Cabo, going to Hawaii, whatever it needs for you, is absolutely checking this, doing this, putting it on your calendar, and making sure you do it. So here's an alternative for those of you who have not yet started journaling. And if I have not talked you into it yet and you are joining the squad, I guarantee I'm going to convert you. I guarantee it. I'm going to convert you. I'm just going to convert you. I don't know when. I was going to say before the end of the year, but that's probably not true. But I will convert you because every single person I've ever worked with at some point is resistant, and then they start doing it and they're like, damn it, girl, you were right. Like, this is a game changer. So in the new year, in the squad, I will start talking about the morning practice. So stay tuned for that. But today we're talking about reviewing your journal. So here's an alternative. I got all my tools, you guys. Here's your alternative. I know I just told you to turn your phone off, but here's an alternative, is going through your pictures on your phone to do a year in review. So I have a lady boss. I have them go through a vortex exercise, which is basically like reviewing your last quarter every time we get together in person. And she was feeling very guilty. She's got a 10-year-old son, and she was feeling real guilty about building this business and starting this business and all the work that she's been doing on the side hustle. And she's like, gosh, my 10-year-old son isn't, I'm feeling really guilty that he's not getting a lot of attention. So she went through her pictures and she's like, that's a bunch of bullshit. We've done a lot of cool stuff with my kid this year, and he's had a heck of a great year, and we've done all kinds of things. So sometimes we need to go through a visual reminder as well as a reminder of what we're actually writing down of the year. Okay, so number three, take note of what worked and what didn't work in the last year. Okay, if you're taking notes, take notes right now. I want you to start a new journal. These are available on Amazon if you want mine, or go get one at Target or whatever. Again, this isn't a sales pitch. I just want you to do it, anything. But I do believe that your beautiful thoughts deserve a beautiful journal. So don't go get some ugly, like 3-ring binder. Like, go get a beautiful journal for your beautiful emotions. Deal? Okay. So start a new journal with the review process. start the new journal with the review process. So I will be starting a new journal, even though I'm not done with this one quite yet, on Monday, because next year in 2021, actually that's not true, at the end of 2020, I want to start by rereading. So on Monday, I will be starting my journal from the end of 2018, so that it's like this huge review again of everything that you've done. So I want you to start with some blank pages. I want you to start with a blank page, and I've got a bunch of blank pages in the front. So the beauty of this journal, because I built it for our brains, because I'm one of you guys, I'm a weirdo intuitive just like you. So I built it for our brains. In the beginning, there's a bunch of blank pages. So I want you to start with one page, at the top of the page, ahas. And just keep a huge blank page, because I guarantee you're going to have a lot of ahas. I think I had 4 pages of ahas last year at Salish Lodge of like, oh my God, I'm still stuck in this way, or wow, I killed it in this way, or oh my gosh, I'm repeating this pattern, or oh my gosh. Because do you guys know, rereading an entire year of your life from your own point of view is one of the most eye-opening things that you'll ever do in your entire life. It'll shock you how eye-opening it is. So start with an aha page, and then 2 more pages. One is what worked. What in your life, what in your relationship, what in your business, your work, your health, your wellness, what worked? Juicing, isogenics cleansing, having deep conversations, cutting people out of my life, setting boundaries, hiring a new person, whatever the thing is, what's working, date nights with your partner, whatever the thing is that's working, make a list of what's working. The 3rd page, make a page of what is not working. What is not working? Ah! That's the page that's going to make you crazy, but it's also likely going to give you the most insight. Are the same friends still driving you crazy? Do you need to cut somebody or something out of your life? That page in and of itself is, sorry therapist, I mean, I used to be one, but that page is worth a year of therapy, I think. It is so eye-opening, you guys. It is so eye-opening. So I just cannot stress enough the importance of looking back. So I added this one. I don't think this is on the sheet. So just make another little box. Oh, Stephanie added it. Of course you did, Steph. Love you. Is on the 3rd bullet point, what do you need to release? And I guarantee you, if you do what I'm asking you to do, and you keep that page of what is no longer working or what is no longer serving you, you will get clear on that page alone what you need to release. Because here's the deal. You are not the same person you were on December 18th, 2018. You are not the same person. You have evolved, you have grown, you have met new people that have changed your life, you have read some sort of book, you are watching this right now. Something has happened, many things have happened this year to help you evolve as a human being. And therefore, you likely need to release something that is no longer serving you. And I am not going to say that's easy. You know, I'm a former psychotherapist. I did therapy for years and years and years. And one of the hardest things to do is to release people, things that are no longer serving us. I struggle with it just like you do. But in order to get where we want to go, sometimes we need to release things that are no longer serving us, which might be people, things, or a limiting mindset. And again, if some of this is new to some of you, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, get your butt in the squad. I promise you, this is what we talk about. This is a bunch of weirdo, like-minded people. I love, love, love talking about this stuff with you guys. And not only do I love it, but there are some high-level, amazing, badass women in this group that are also going to help you on this journey. So That's number 3. I'm going to keep going because I'm just totally getting off topic here. Number 4 is what, so here's the 4th or 5th page on your journal, is what were the big lessons? What were the big lessons? They'll probably be 5, maybe, might be 3, there might be 6, but right around 3 to 6 big lessons. And they might be hard. They might be hard to look at. They might be hard to read. If you don't cry, I will be shocked. It is absolutely a tear-producing, proud, irritated, shocking kind of thing to reread your thoughts for an entire year. And again, if you have not started this process, it is never too late. Start today. Go to Target and buy yourself a journal. Order this on Amazon Prime and get it tomorrow. Whatever you need to do, but just start. Just start. This is the time of year where we get to wash away all the stuff and we get to start anew. You're never behind. It's never too late. This is the time to take charge of your life, and journaling and processing and doing your year in review is one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself. Okay. I don't think this is on the checklist, but do you have yourself a yearly planner? This is one of my favorite things to get. I buy mine in July because I'm a freak and I know that they come out right around my birthday. And so I always go buy myself a laminated yearly a calendar. And here's the deal. We intuitives love these calendars. Sensors, they love their little phone. They love the Michael Hyatt planner. They love like hours, pages for every single day. We do not think that way. We do not think that way. It is too limiting. It's too restricting. We love the big picture. This is why our brains are so different and why we spend all this time questioning ourselves. So go get yourself a yearly planner, a laminated planner, and let yourself start putting out when you want to be doing things. Stop living 5 minutes in front of your face. So that is not an intuitive thing. That is a P thing. But P's and J's, and if you stick with me in the squad, I will teach you all of this, I promise. But we, J's, we love these planners, but we also have to learn how to chill the F out. Hence why I have B tattooed on my arm. And then P's have to stop living 5 minutes in front of their face and get themselves some yearly calendar business and start mapping out what they want to do. You cannot create long-term success in whatever it is that you want in your life, in your business, in your marriage, with your children, if you're constantly living a reactive life. If you don't plan, if you don't look ahead, if you don't reread journals, if you're not journaling, if you're not looking further ahead, if you're not doing the vision boards, if you're not doing these kinds of things, you will constantly be living 5 minutes in front of your face. And I don't think there's anybody in the history of the world that has become very successful in their lives. Again, whatever that thing is for you, success is defined differently by everybody, but nobody becomes super successful by living their entire lives 5 minutes in front of their face. So we intuitives, especially, this is one of our secret sauces in the world. This is partially what makes us so different and unique and special, is that we love to vision and plan and do the things. And if you stick with me in the squad, I will also teach you how to actually get some shit done. I promise, because I know that visioning and planning, visioning and actually understanding how to get it done while also embracing your innate personality type and not trying to pretend like you're like everybody else, those factors of understanding our visionary brain and then also understanding that last Myers-Briggs dichotomy, the J and the P, will so help you get further in life, because us J's need to learn how to chill. And you P's out there need to learn how to put a freaking plan in place. Can I get some amens? I know you. I know you. I coach all of you. I know. Okay. All right. So we're on to number 5. Number 5. Ooh, this is my favorite. It's theme word time, people. It's theme word time. And this is definitely an intuitive thing because sensors, again, they are like the Peter Drucker systems of the world. They're the SMART goals people. Like, let's get, I don't even know what they mean, specific and measurable and actionable and I don't know what R is and timely or something. I don't know what all that shit means, but all I know is that it makes me use a funny frog voice and it makes me like not want to do it because it's too restrictive. Theme words, my friends, theme words. And I promise, by the way, I'm talking very big picture right now because that is what we're doing. But then the squad is going to teach you, I promise, 90-day goals, all of those kinds of things to help keep you accountable to yourself, accountable to the people in your life. So stay tuned for that. But that's not what today is about. Okay. So theme words, theme words, theme words. Oh my God, I love me some theme words. I love theme words. There's a place in my journal for theme words as well. And I encourage you, I respect the shit out of people who can come up with one theme word. I am not that person. I currently have 6. So I don't really care how many you have, to be honest. I think 6 is probably the max. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different words that really resonate with where you want to go. And I encourage you to play with them. What I like to do is try them on. I like to put on a word for a while and wear it for a couple of days and decide, does that fit? Or is it a different word? Or is it an iteration of that word? Or do I need to fine tune that word? So when you get yourself into the squad, let me pause and say this. You need to fill out the questionnaire. I'm not going to apologize for it. We only want cool people in the group. So it has to be a safe environment. So there's like 51 of you in there right now who have not filled out the questionnaire. I'm not going to apologize. If you can't take 5 minutes to fill out the questionnaire, you can't get in. That's all there is to it. It asks you your personality type. I don't know what else it asks you. Some emails, things like that. We want to stay connected with you. We want cool people in. It needs to be a safe environment. So for all of you watching, yes, you got to fill out a questionnaire. It's 3 questions. You're not going to die. So you got to have some skin in the game. That's the only skin we're asking you to wear. Okay, so try it on. Try your theme words on for a little bit. See how they fit. See what's going on. And then in the squad, when you get yourself in the squad, Stephanie or Anna or Stacy, by the way, we're all the moderators of this awesome group. Stacy Sorgen, Natalie, Anna, Stephanie, and myself, we will be moderating the group. And so Stephanie or Stacy will post probably tomorrow, share your theme words. And the reason I want to do that is, one, I would like everybody to have some accountability. So please don't go in the group and like type in yours. Let's post them under the posting. One, it gives you some accountability. 2, there is joy in sharing it and also power in sharing it. So when you have something that's private to yourself, but you haven't shared it yet, I believe, again, there's great power in actually sharing that and giving voice to it. And then thirdly, if you aren't sure of yours yet, go scroll through the post and find out what might land on you. What other words are people using that may resonate with you? Let's see if I've written mine down because I've got a lot on my mind. I do have mine. So here are some of mine. These were before I landed on them, but they're in the other room and I've got too much on my mind to remember what they are at the moment. One of mine is leader. So I want to be the best leader that I can possibly be this year. And so every time I think of that theme word, and it's in my face, by the way, write it in your office. Some of you who drive a lot, put it in your car, put it on your kitchen, your refrigerator, your bathroom mirror, surround yourself, put it in here, write a goal card about it, whatever they are, so that it's in your aura all the time. Because theme words are also like core values, which I will teach you in the squad, that if it is not in alignment with your theme words for the year, you don't do it. And it also reminds you subconsciously, constantly, that right, I am working on this year being the best leader that I can. So whenever I come across a new book or something like that, it will come to me, and I will be attracting anything like that. Number 2 is to be visionary. Number 3 for me is space and calm. Number 4 is reach. Hence why I'm doing this at 7:30 in the morning. I am interested in sharing the Front Seat Life message with more people. So reach, play big, and then love and partnership. So I forgot to put that one on my to-do list years and years and years ago. And I was like, why am I still single? And then I finally added love. And now this year I'm adding partnership. So those are mine. I will always be transparent with you. I will always be honest with you and tell you what's going on with me too, because we all learn from each other. So go post these theme words on your vision board, in your journal, post them in the group tomorrow when one of us does a theme about that or a post about that, and go get yourself in the squad by tomorrow so that you can start reading what everybody else has. Okay, number 5 on the checklist. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6 on the checklist. By the way, the checklist will be in the squad as of probably right now. I'm sure Stephanie's already posted it, but this is in there. So number 6, this is a big one, So for those of you who have never heard of this, this is from, I hope I'm giving credit to the right person. I'm really bad at this. This is a very sensing thing to remember who did what, but I think this is a Stephen Covey thing. And I always want to give credit where credit is due. And so I hope this is Stephen Covey, is this idea of rocks. And your year in review is about going through your calendar, what worked, what didn't, getting your theme words down for next year, reviewing all of the stuff for the last year. And as you're doing the review, you're going to realize that there are some things and people in your life that we just discussed that you need to cut out and release. And this is a time to reestablish what your rocks are. And I did a podcast episode on this as well, so you can go back and look at that. But your rocks are this idea of filling a cylinder. So if you put in sand, so all of my clients, we talk about sand and rock, sand and rock. Sand are the things that are not that important. Running around and not being strategic about your time, I think, is a huge sand. I think commuting is sand. I think not being strategic about when you're commuting is sand. I think other people's problems are sand. I think emails that are not important, other people's issues, problems, B-list friends, D-list friends, whatever. Some sort of TV, anything that's wasting time. Again, if you fill a cylinder with sand, no important rocks can go in. So instead, the idea is taking your rocks. It's also in my journal. I have a calendar in here where you can check off your rocks. What are the most important things in your life? Who and what are they? Let me say that again. Who and what are they? Who are your rocks? What are the people that are the most important in your life? What are the things in your life that are the most important? And you have to be one of them. You have to be one of those things. And then it's likely your children, your partner, your health, exercise, your business, your extended family, your best friends. And quite honestly, if you're getting honest with yourself, that's probably it. I don't know about you, but that's about all the time that I have are for those people. And when we are wasting our time with things that don't matter, that are sand, that are not important, we are not then spending time with the things and people in our lives that are the most important. This is a game changer for people to realize how much time they spend scrolling through frickin' Facebook when it doesn't matter, when the most important person is sitting right in front of you. Or you're, I don't know what. I mean, again, I could go off on a crazy tangent about this, but this is the time of year to reflect on what are the things that are the most important to you. And then putting it on your calendar. So here's the deal. I don't know who said this first. It wasn't me, so I'm borrowing this from somebody. Your calendar, I'm going to pause for dramatic effect. Your calendar is a direct reflection of what is most important to you. Your calendar is a direct reflection of what is most important to you. Period. End of story. You may say watching Real Housewives is not important. And again, I shouldn't say that because I think downtime is important. So go back and look at your calendar. Where are you spending your time? What are you doing? How much time are you wasting in a day or a month or a week doing things that are not your rocks? I want you to go back and look at your calendar. The amount of time that I choose to spend by myself in visionary time might be shocking to some people, but it is a rock because it helps me in my business and in my life. And then business and the people that are important to me. So go through your calendar. I bet you'll be surprised about what is important to you. And then your calendar needs to be a direct reflection of what is most important to you. And again, this is the time to review it. So that might be another thing you do. So we've talked about rereading your journals. We've talked about going through your photos. You may very well go back through your calendar and find out like what's been important to me. What have I been showing? What have I been doing? Where have I been spending my time? Okay. And by the way, you guys can change things in your life. Do you know that? You can change things. You have the power to do that. You have the power to set boundaries. You have the power to end relationships. You have the power to better relationships. You have the power to get up earlier. Do you know that? You have the power to do that. You have the power. It is within you. You can do whatever you want to do. You just have to make a decision to do it. But most people don't even know what they need to change because they're living 5 minutes in front of their face. They're not taking a look at the past. What worked and what didn't. The only fucking way you're going to know doing that is by doing this. Getting fired up. Okay. Last one. People, I want to take a couple of minutes and talk about the 80-20 rule. So as I have continued to work with personality type and love it and know it deeper and watch it transform my clients, one of the things that I have realized is that we have an 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, we hope to be in our front seat and 20% in the back. It's just inevitable. Like I want 0% of the time in our drunk uncle, but you know, life's going to happen. So here's the deal. We can also preemptively do an 80-20 rule of rest. So instead of getting into our baby in the back seat 20% of the time, I believe, wholeheartedly, I believe this, that when we proactively schedule rest, it helps us not have to be our baby in the back seat. Our baby in the back seat sucks. She sucks. Mine sucks. She hides from the world. She's super prickly. She doesn't want to talk to anybody. I could not do this right now if I was there. And so one of the rules that I've learned over the last couple of years is working with this personality type stuff that I'm obsessed with. and your front seat and your back seat, is that we can preemptively, proactively schedule downtime. The 80-20 rule of rest is my new favorite thing. 80% of the time, we get to hustle. We get to hustle. We get to be our best selves. We get to be out in the world doing whatever we're doing, writing, yogaing, working with clients, being an awesome mom. 20% of the time, which is, by the way, 6 days a month or 1.14 days a week, is rest. It's rest. So what does rest look like for you? Some of you don't even know. This is amazing to me. Some of you don't even know what rest is for you. So go back through your journals, watch the cycle of when you get irritated, when you get prickly, when you go into your baby in the back seat, whatever that looks like. And my guess is you could preemptively schedule some rest. So the 80-20 rule of rest is 80% of the time, which is 6.5 days a week, we get to be on fire. We get to be our best selves, whatever that is, introverted, extroverted, it doesn't matter. Whatever that is for you. And by the way, if you have never seen me before, you can go take a free personality assessment tool on my website. It's the second or third section down. Go take it and it will tell you. It'll literally tell you, or read one of my books, but go take that assessment. It's free. Because we have to learn how to preemptively schedule this. I have learned that I don't actually have to get into my baby in the back seat very often because I proactively schedule downtime. So this week is a great example. I had a crazy day Monday. I had a crazy day yesterday. I've been up since 5 doing this, and I got to work until 1 o'clock. And then you know what I'm doing the rest of the day? Nothing! I can't fucking wait. Nothing. Because I know that I need that time. We are over hustlers. We are overdoers. There's some people out there who are like, you should always be doing something and never nap and never rest. Screw those people. That's crazy town. That is crazy town. We have got to learn how to take time for ourselves. Take solo trips if you're into that. Take naps, rest, be reflective, take days off. Don't turn your phone on for an entire day. Like whatever it is for you, figure out what that is and start preemptively planning it. Put it on your calendar. So Stephanie has access to my calendar and she knows that there are days that are like blocked for a reason. And I believe my team, by the way, if you come into the Front Seat Squad, I believe wholeheartedly that my team takes the weekends off. That is our time to either be with our rocks, which is also ourself. These are things that will keep you going. It will help you not get sick. It will help you stay in your front seat. It will help you in so many ways. It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. Because how many of you know when you go and go and go and go and go and then you get sick? It happens all the time. Inevitably, it happens. And so instead of being reactive to that, being proactive so that we don't have to go into our baby in the back seat as often as we used to. I say mine used to be, different periods of my life, like obviously when I was going through my divorce and all of that, I was there 80% of the time, or at least 50% of the time. And then it probably went down to 20. And I would say now that I've learned this 80-20 rule of rest, I'm probably in my back seat 1 or 2% of the time, if even that anymore, because I choose to take rest. I choose to take solo trips. I choose to take weekends off. That is a choice. People will say, I can't do that. Bullshit. You can. You can and you have to. All right. I think I'm done. I got through the checklist. I'm starving. I gotta go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Again, we're doing Facebook Live at the moment. I'm doing a podcast. We're doing all the things. So thank you, everybody. Please share this, by the way. If this was impactful to you, if you need to share this on your business page, on your personal page, if there's people that you want to watch this, you know, that are uptight assholes and they need to see this. I'm losing my mind. I'm going off the rails now. If there's people that you know in your life that need to see this, please share it. Again, I'm not selling anything. I'm giving away great content because I believe in the power of understanding our personality type. In the power of understanding the rest and understanding 80-20 in our front seat and our back seat and all the weirdo things. So before we close, I invite you into the squad. It is a closed, private community. We are not letting jerks in. You've got to fill out the questionnaires. I'm not going to apologize for that. If you don't have 3 minutes, then you don't have the love and connectedness that we're looking for. So go get yourself in. It's called the Front Seat Squad. So you can just go to Facebook and look that up, or it's posted here. It's on my Instagram. It's on my Facebook. It's everywhere. Or it's jessicabutts.com/squad. Super simple. We are welcoming new people in right now. I just posted a welcome message this morning. I'm going to be off for the holidays. I will be popping in there. Stacy, my amazing team, Stacy and Natalie and Stephanie and Anna and myself, we will be in there periodically, but we are also taking time off, as I just said. So we will be periodically in there over the next couple of weeks, but just like you guys, we're taking a rest so that we can hit it hard in 2020. So thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it so much. I appreciate you sharing this. I would love to see the share, so tag me in your share, please. I would love to see more people understand this about themselves. So I so appreciate you guys. All right, I gotta get up. You can see my PJs now because I gotta turn this off. So bye. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.